Hey folks, thanks for joining me today. So today's tutorial is going to be done on the small oval rock, and it's made from the molds from the Happy Dotting Company. And I'm going to give this 2 coats of white. So I'm just going to show you one, but I do 2 coats of white all over the surface of this rock. I do 2 coats because I want a really nice even coverage, and that's why I do 2. Now I'm going to take my ruler because I wanted to divide this into 3 sections. So I'm just putting little marks on it to make them as equal as possible. And then I'm just sketching on lines. Now I know it's a little bit hard to see, but they are there. And then I'm going to paint the candy corn colors. So I'm going to start off with Canyon Orange, and this will be on the bottom. And I try to keep it as straight as possible because I want the next color to butt right up against it. I'm not going to be doing any blending because candy corn is very distinct in their colors. So they go from orange to yellow to white. So I'm just making sure that I've got some nice coverage here. Then I come in with saffron yellow. All of the colors that I use in this tutorial and in every tutorial that I do list the colors, the brand names, and the color names in the description. So if you want to use the same colors that I am, you can certainly do so by using the description colors that are below. Or I totally urge you to use what you have available to you in your stash and really make it yours and paint up your own little candy corn creature. So I do a few coats of these colors just to get them very, very bold and solid. And I have edited out the number of coats, but I believe I did 3 coats of each color. The white that I'm using is a Wicker white from FolkArt. It's just a little bit more brilliant in its white color. Although white's not a color, but we're going to say that it is for today's tutorial. And I find that it's thicker, so I don't need as many coats, and it doesn't shine through. So here I am fast forwarding to the 3 coats are done, and now I'm going to sketch on the little creature's face on how I want it to sit on this rock. So I'm using my General's charcoal pencil, which is the gray color, and I am just sort of sketching on where I want his eyes to be and his mouth to be. And this guy's going to be like so cute, like really, really cute. And there's not a lot of painting colors or paint colors that we use in this. I will be adding Boysenberry pink for his mouth and Jade green for his eyes. But I will mention that when we get to that point. But that's it. That's all the colors that we use. And we just make this guy look so adorable. I mean, I really want to do a whole bunch of these and give them different facial expressions. And something so simple as changing the way his smile is or giving him different style eyebrows are all you need to do. So maybe I will do some Christmas ones because this was really fun to do and very simple and easy and quick. It only took me about half an hour, but I downsized this by editing it so that it was all squished into a little, I think it ends up being a 12-minute video. So thanks for joining me here. If you're new, please subscribe to my channel. If you like the video, give me the thumbs up and make sure that you click that little bell and it will give you a notification whenever I post something new. I am going to be doing 2 videos today. So these are part of my mini Halloween series. I really wanted to do a lot more, but just, life got in the way and Time got away from me, so unfortunately we only get 4 in this little mini series, but that's okay. Um, these 4 that I did were so much fun to do, and I really hope that you try them out, and because they really were a lot of fun. The last one that I'm going to be doing will be posted later today, probably this evening, because it's my favorite and it's very detailed and I got a story behind it. So I'm going to post it later in the evening so that it's done. Everybody's done trick-or-treating and are back home and relaxing and all that good stuff. So stay tuned for that. So this guy has a very big grin smile with a lot of teeth that are really big and bold and beautiful, and obviously brushes his teeth even though he's candy. I don't know. So I'm just making sure that there's some good spaces between them so it really separates each tooth from the other. And then I round out the ends or the bottom corners so that they are not so sharp and jagged. And yeah, so I just round them all out to make his grin look that much more inviting. It makes him look a lot more happier as well. He's a very, very happy candy corn creature, and he's got his big, big smile there. So we just round off the teeth so that they're not so sharp, and leave enough room in the bottom for doing his tongue. Now we're going to add on some freckles. So all I'm doing is I am using this, what's it called? Canyon Orange. And I'm using a dotting tool. And I'm just adding dots. The more you dot without reloading, the smaller the dots get. So you can be very random with this. And you can get different sized freckles all over the place with just like one application. You can dab it probably 3 or 4 times. So now I'm going to start working on his eyes. So I do, like I've done in my other video where I do paint on the top part of it. I do that while the bottom part is drying. And then when the top part is drying, I work on the bottom part. So this is the beginning part of his pupils. So I'm just using the Canyon Orange yet again. And now I'm going to sketch on his tongue and where I want it to be and the shape of it. And I'm using my General's charcoal pencil. And this is the white charcoal pencil because I'm drawing on black. I use these because they're very easy to remove if you don't paint over all of it, just by using a damp rag. You can also use an eraser if you want. You can use a Q-tip and get rid of any of those leftover marks from the General's charcoal pencil, but make sure you do it before you resin it, because once it's resined, whatever's on there is staying there. You can't get rid of it. So the color I used for the tongue, like I mentioned before, was Boysenberry pink. And now I'm using Jade green, and this is the only spot that I use it in. And it's just to add a little bit more to his pupils. And then I'm going in with the white just to sort of clean up any areas that needed to be cleaned up. And now I'm coming in with the black to do the pupil. And I really like doing it this way because it gives them more of that cartoony kind of look with the double rings around his eyes and his pupils, and makes him look so cute. And with the smile added to that, oh my gosh, he's adorable. Like, how can you not think he's adorable? He's just, oh, he's so fun. You don't want to eat him, definitely not. He's too happy. So I do try to get them as symmetrical as possible. It does get hard. I've always had an issue with that. But because this is a fun, happy face, you don't have to be absolutely perfect with it. If one is a little bit bigger than the other, that's okay. And we're going to give him a little line underneath his eyes, so it looks like he's got a little bag under his eyes. So he's maybe a little tired from being happy for so long. I don't know. But it just adds a little bit more character to him. And then we're going to add in some eyebrows. And this is where I make a little mistake. Right there. Whoa, that's a big eyebrow. So I got to fix that up. So I just take a Q-tip that's wetted down with some water, and I use that to wipe away the wet paint. And the other side that's dry, I use to dry off any of the water that's there so that I can repaint it on. So that's how I fix up that. Now I'm just adding some little wrinkles here and there to give them sort of like laugh lines and make him look so adorable. And now I'm going to repaint his tongue again with the Boysenberry pink. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of white and one of my blending brushes. And we're going to really add in some blending to give a sort of like a light look where it's wet kind of thing. Now this did go a little bit lighter than what I wanted, so I just dabbed a little bit more of the Boysenberry pink in and really thinned out those lines. And look how perfect that tongue is. Like, oh my gosh, it's perfect. So I do outline it with a little bit of black. And I add in some white dots here for the eyes, as well as I do white swipes on the tongue. So I do have to let that dry. But while it's drying and I'm doing the outline, I just wanted to remind your folks that I do have, if you wish to support my channel in any way, you can head on over to Buy Me a Coffee. And anybody who does buy me a coffee will get a mention in my videos. So definitely, if you want to get a mention and you want to support me and continue to bringing you content, just head on over there. Whatever amount you want to give. Like I don't have anything that's set, so head on over there. So that's about it, folks. So remember, life is what you make it. So get creative.